Welcome to today's talk on the 1992 Lincoln penny, a coin that holds an interesting spot in U.S. coinage history. We'll dive into its background, mintage details, varieties, and, of course, its value for collectors. By the end, you'll have a comprehensive understanding of why this coin can sometimes be much more than just 1 cent. Background and history. The 1992 Lincoln penny is part of the larger Lincoln cent series, which has been a mainstay in U.S. coinage since its debut in 1909. The series was introduced to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, making it the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real person. Since then, it has undergone various design changes and material modifications, particularly with the introduction of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse in 1959 and a transition in metal composition in 1982 from mostly copper to primarily zinc due to rising copper costs. In 1992, the Lincoln cent was well into its zinc composition phase, with a core of 97.5% zinc and a thin copper plating, maintaining a total weight of about 2.5 grams. However, it was also a year that produced two key varieties, the standard 1992 penny and a rare variant, the 1992 close AM penny. Let's go into what makes these coins unique and what's made this year particularly intriguing for collectors. The 1992 Lincoln penny was minted at two facilities, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. The Philadelphia pennies have no mint mark, while Denver pennies carry a small D mint mark below the date. In terms of production numbers, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 4.6 billion coins. The Denver Mint produced around 4.4 billion coins. These figures make the 1992 penny relatively common, which means that, under typical circumstances, most 1992 pennies have minimal numismatic value. However, one rare variant was accidentally released that holds substantial value in the collector market, the 1992's close AM penny. The close AM variety explained. To understand why the close AM penny is so important, let's examine the design features of a Lincoln cent. The design differences between a wide AM and a close AM relate to the spacing between the H and M in America on the reverse side of the coin. During the 1992 production, the standard design should have featured the wide AM with noticeable space between the letters H and M in America. However, due to a minting error, a few pennies were struck with its close AM reverse design that wasn't intended to be used until 1993. Collectors consider this variation extremely rare and valuable. It's estimated that only a few hundred or possibly fewer of these 1992 close AM pennies exist, making them highly sought after. To put it into perspective, in higher grades, a 1992 close AM penny can sell for thousands of dollars, whereas a standard 1992 penny would typically be worth only face value unless it's in exceptional uncirculated condition. Let's now talk about how collectors determine the value of a 1992 Lincoln penny. For most 1992 pennies, the value is nominal, close to face value, given the high mintage and relatively recent date. A standard 1992 penny from either Philadelphia or Denver in circulated condition generally holds only minimal numismatic value. However, in uncirculated, high-grade condition, a typical 1992 penny could be worth around 50 cents to $1 to collectors. The real highlight is, of course, the 1992 close AM variety. The value of this variant depends heavily on the coin's condition. In circulated condition, a 1992 close AM penny can fetch a few $100s. For example, a circulated 1992 close AM might sell for $300 to $1,000. In mint state, MS grades, particularly those graded MS 65 or higher, this coin can be worth several $1,000s. For instance, an MS 65 graded close AM penny has auctioned for over $5,000. The highest graded examples can reach even higher, making this an incredibly valuable find for numismatists lucky enough to discover one in circulation. For collectors and casual hobbyists alike, it's worth examining every 1992 penny you come across, just in case. Tips for collectors on identifying close AM pennies. To identify the close AM variety, it's crucial to have a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Here's what to look for. First, examine the letters H and M in America on the reverse of the coin. If the letters are nearly touching, it's a close AM. If there's a visible gap between the letters, it's a standard wide AM coin. Additionally, the close AM variety usually has other subtle design differences that can help confirm its authenticity. On some examples, the initials FG, representing designer Frank Asparo, appear slightly closer to the Lincoln Memorial Building compared to the standard wide AM variety. However, the spacing between H and M is the most reliable indicator. To recap, the 1992 Lincoln penny may appear common at first glance, but hidden within that year's production are rare varieties that can be worth substantial amounts. While most 1992 pennies from Philadelphia and Denver have minimal collector value, the elusive 1992 close AM penny is highly prized among collectors. So, next time you have a handful of pennies, take a moment to examine them closely. You might just find a close AM penny worth a small fortune. Thank you for joining me today to explore the 1992 Lincoln penny. This coin is a perfect example of why it's important to stay curious and always look closely. Sometimes a small detail can make a big difference.